The National Target Program of the Vietnam government is a response to climate change through adaptation, but often their means of adaptation cause negative consequences for other areas and populations. Dams are a way to prevent flooding and saltwater intrusion, and they are also a power source. However, when they are built, it requires the inundation of the area and relocation of communities, threatening their adaptive capacity. When these land resources are taken away, not only do people lose their communities, but also a source of income and resources. This is happening in the Thua Thien province of Vietnam. Poorer populations in the province are already vulnerable to food insecurity, and removal of forests limits access to land and forest products. Communities are relocated and allocated along riverbanks. But in 1999, floods eroded the riverbanks and deposited sand into the rice paddy fields and rotted the cassava fields, leaving the communities with no source of income if they do not also have access to the forests. These river valleys are prone to flash floods. The reduction of forest cover causes flooding in lowland areas. In another effort to protect the forest, crop production was moved to the river valleys from the forest areas. This prevents the erosion of mountain land but has harmful impacts on the communities who live there. Climate change is causing more intense floods, affecting the agricultural productivity of communities through erosion, landslides, and damage to crops. Dams and reservoirs are being developed and prioritized in the Thua Thien province, even though they have harmful effects on communities. Relocation is the biggest issue, with some areas being permanently flooded. Often these communities are left with less than what they had before in terms of resources, decreasing their economic and food security. Residents are encouraged to change their livelihoods from living off of diversified crops to only growing rice paddies in the lowland areas. In addition to affecting income, people are also starting to lose traditional knowledge of hunting, fishing, and gathering of local forest products. Watershed management programs are replanting the mountainous areas to restore forest cover and reduce flooding in the lowland. There are negotiations to diversify land use in the mountains, allowing some trees to be harvested and intercropped with sellable crops and food crops. Land should be allocated to poor communities first, and sustainable agricultural methods should be government subsidized. If dams must be constructive, the adaptive capacity of communities must be prioritized instead of being taken away.